to my channel 100 Stories. Today I am going to present you story 13. The title of this story is This Could Have Been Avoided. But before I do that, make sure to subscribe my channel 100 Stories for my other 87 stories if you haven't yet already, and also share, like, comment as well. Now let's begin. This could have been avoided. Aaron and Girish were good friends. They always had been, ever since they were kids. They used to play together and used to have fun together, playing pranks on each other and other people as well. They were like brothers. Aaron was a careful and thoughtful person, always considering the consequences of his actions. Girish, on the other hand, was careless, never caring about a thing in the world before he did something. This is why he often got into trouble, but Aaron knew how to stay out of it. He often tried to stop Girish from being reckless too. Then their lives and everyone else's was to change as a global pandemic came in existence by the name of COVID-19. The coronavirus spread everywhere in the world, starting from Wuhan, China. All schools and public places were closed down. Lockdown and quarantine were in effect. Their classes were to be held online as well. People were to stay inside of their houses and masks were to be worn while going out, and a distance of 6 feet was to be maintained. People were dying and being affected by this disease left and right. Aaron was sure to follow the precautionary measures for his and others' safety. He even warned others of the dangers of this virus. Girish was stubborn not to follow the measures, but Aaron somehow convinced him to. A year passed, very slowly. As the months kept on passing, Girish continued to grow more and more fed up of the situation this virus had brought. On all the festivals and special occasions like Dasai, Tihar, or even his birthday, very few people would attend as they were scared of gatherings like that. Girish could no longer visit his friends or even go out much. Even when he went out, he had to wear a mask all the time, which made it difficult to breathe, and still had to follow the precautionary measures. His careless nature came out and he slowly stopped caring about his safety and others. Aaron, meanwhile, felt the same way as Girish, but his careful and thoughtful personality made him see sense. He used to chat with his friends online in order not to feel socially isolated and make sure that they and their families were safe. There was a breaking point for Girish, and he left following the measures altogether. He'd meet up with his friends, wouldn't maintain distance, and wouldn't even wear a mask. Don't be stupid, Girish. Do you know how dangerous what you are doing may be? People are dying because of this virus. And there are not enough hospital beds for those who have been affected, since there are so many patients. You may have heard that there is not even enough space to cremate or bury once they die. So how can you act so careless? Corona is not gone, Girish. It's still strong. It's careless people like you who are the reason that the virus is spreading faster than ever, replied Aaron, typing furiously and sending Girish a text message, learning what his best friend had been up to. Stop overreacting, Aaron. I know the situation right now, but I'm just fed up of all these measures and how it's affecting our life. I just want things to be at least a bit normal, said Girish, replying to Aaron's text. We're all in the same boat, but you can't just do that, Girish. Think about others who may be harmed because of your carelessness, replied Aaron, sounding understanding. Don't try to persuade me now, Aaron, wrote Girish. For Girish, being affected by the virus was inevitable. One day, he suddenly realized that he was having breathing difficulty and feeling some kind of fever. He couldn't breathe anymore. He had been affected by the virus. He was rushed to the hospital and into the emergency room by his panicking family members. He was immediately referred to a COVID hospital. After having some initial checks, the doctors recommended him medical oxygen. Now he felt regret swell up in his heart and felt bad for how stupid he had been. How is he, doctor? Asked Aaron, rushing to the hospital once he heard that his friend had been affected and had been informed by his sobbing mother. His case seems not that serious, but he still needs to be tended to. His lungs have been affected and he's having breathing difficulty, replied the doctor, flipping the pages on his clipboard. Aaron's eyes widened, hearing the doctor's reply. He sat down on the hospital bench, grabbing his head, worried about his friend. He stayed there for about an hour and decided to finally approach his friend from afar. He waved his hand at Girish, giving him a weak smile, but Girish couldn't do the same because of his regret. Aaron was not in the power of doing anything else that day. He couldn't bear to see his friend in such a horrible state and also knew the dangers of staying at the hospital. With a depressed face, he returned home. Hey, Aaron. This was the voice of Girish when Aaron had come to visit him the next day. A smile appeared on Girish's parents' faces, who had been there from the night before. Unlike Aaron, they had been there all night and had tear tracks on their faces, sobbing about their son. Seeing Girish wake up again and talk to his friend made them hopeful. Though they were desperately longing for it, they could not be close to their son and were maintaining a distance and still unaware if they had been affected as well. Girish was behind a thin pane of glass and he was talking from there. Girish, I'm so glad that you're okay, said Aaron, talking to Girish from the other side of the glass pane, sounding relieved, glancing at his parents, who smiled at him. Yeah, I feel a bit better, said Girish, sounding weak. That's what I expect, Girish. I wish for your early recovery. I told you to stay careful. If you had, this could have been avoided, said Aaron. Oh well, what has happened cannot be undone. I'll be much more careful when I come out in order not to be affected again or to spread the virus to others. So that's the end of this story, guys. What do you think of this story? Write down in the comment section. Perhaps I don't have to tell you the takeaway, right? Because it is crystal clear already. The main message is that when you are keeping yourself safe, then you are keeping your nearest and dearest and others safe as well. So that's the main message. And also think about not only yourself but others as well. So for now, bye guys.